get it because I just disappeared for 2 weeks. Have you ever had one of those moments where, say, you're friends with someone on Facebook you don't really talk to anymore, just, you know, for whatever reason, and then you suddenly find yourself like 3 years down the track scrolling through your newsfeed only to learn something like new about their lives that you've just completely missed but nobody else seems to have? I had that today. I was, you know, casually scrolling through my Facebook newsfeed, as you do, and sort of looked through and then, oh, you're a lesbian. Did I just miss that? Have I just not been paying that much attention? Alternatively, do you not put as much of your life on the internet as I do? Because I have now officially become one of those people who live tweets evenings out. To be fair, last weekend I was doing that because it was born of the fact I felt somewhat like a Ben Wyatt of the earlier seasons of Parks and Recreation, in that everyone around me was doing the most ridiculous things possible and I was just trying to find a camera to look into. And that sort of just happened a lot throughout the evening. Pro tip, the way that you get yourself to feel like Ben Wyatt is being the most sober of your friends. First example, every time a friend of mine decided she no longer wanted to make out with a boy, she would push him away directly into me and the beer I was holding. Thanks. Thank you so much. Second example, my two lovely, beautiful, drunken friends, you know who you are, within about 10 seconds of each other, had grabbed each part of a couple and had started making out with them. You know, it was a very, like, open-minded couple. Everyone was very above board, but there was no real way to describe your initial reaction to something like that because I didn't know they were that open-minded. I was just standing there looking very confused. I actually managed to cast my gaze around the club I was in the vain hope of finding somebody to have bemused eye contact with, to realize that there was nobody else in the club that I knew, and to then subsequently have awkward eye contact with a 20-something-year-old skater guy with very long hair and a backwards baseball cap on, who had no idea who I was. I also learned that apparently my neutral facial expression is either I hate everything or I have the plague. On the weekend, every single time I stood still for longer than about 5 seconds, somebody would approach me and ask me if I was okay. A good friend, the girl she was making out with, one of the guys she made out with, a bouncer, a bartender, some guy who I'm pretty sure was not high on just life came up and was like, "You look like you need a hug. Please don't. I don't know you." To be fair, I had just come from a costume party where I was dressed like a goth, so I didn't look like I was like loving everything. I had a lot of eyeliner on. Then this week, I walked into a class feeling pretty good about myself. I finished an assignment before like 12:30 at night. I was pretty proud of myself. Sat down, was like, yeah, I'm having a good day. And my teacher comes up to me and goes, "Claire, are you okay?" Thanks, guys. This is just what my face looks like.